皆さんおはようございます。こんにちは、こんばんは。Welcome to the Japanese Easy News Article of the Day for August 13th, 2026. 2026年8月13日の今日の記事でございます。For our headline today, we have コロンビアで大きい地震。265人が亡くなった。For the vocab in our headline, we have 大きい big 地震 earthquake 亡くなる to pass away or to die 大統領 president. Now this is like the president of a country, not like a company. So jumping back to our headline, we have コロンビアで So Colombia, the country, Colombia で telling us our place where something's going to happen, place of action 大きい地震 So 大きい is large, 地震 is an earthquake, literally earth shaking 地震 Then 265人 So 265, this is our counter for people. This nin comes after it. And then ga, this is marking our subject. So these 265 people are going to do an action. And that action is 亡くなった So 亡くなる is to pass away. And then we're putting that in the past tense. So 亡くなる goes into 亡くなった So a large earthquake in Colombia. 265 people have passed away. Okay, and here is our vocab from the rest of the article. We have 今夜 tonight, 活動 activity, 探す to search for something, 助かる to be saved or also to survive, 以上 or more or above, so we'll put this after an amount or a number to say that amount or more or above that number. And we have 起こる to occur, to happen, 壊れる to break or to be destroyed, 建物 building, 助ける to help or to save, 続く to continue, 女性 woman or a female, 祈る to pray, わかる to understand or to know, and 怪我 injury. And for our grammar point today, we have the te form followed by kara, then duration になる. So this is kind of a combination of grammar points here, but you'll see this very frequently. So this kind of means since this verb or thing happened, it has been this long. So for example, 日本に来てから3年になります. It has been 3 years since I came to Japan. So that 3年, that 3 years is going to fit in between the te kara and the になる. And here we're obviously putting this in the mas form for politeness. So since I've come to Japan, it has been 3 years. Or 地震が起こってから1週間になります. Since the earthquake has happened, it has been 1 week. Or 結婚してから10年になります. It has been 10 years since we got married.
コロンビアで10日に大きい地震がありました。コロンビアで10日に大きい地震がありました。マグニチュード7以上でした。コロンビアの大統領は12日に265人が亡くなったと言いました。500人ぐらいがどこにいるかわかりません。3400人以上が怪我をしました。地震が起こってから日本の時間の今夜で3日になります。壊れた建物から人を助ける活動が続いています。壊れたアパートで家族を探している女性は、家族が助かることを祈っていますと話していました。
All right, let's jump right into our article.
コロンビアで 10日に大きい地震がありました。
Okay, nice and simple. コロンビアで、so コロンビアで telling us our place of action. 10日に、so 10日 is the 10th day of the month. Kind of a weird reading here, but when we have 10 and days, 10日. And this ni tells us on that day or at that time, but on this day, on the 10th in Colombia, 大きい地震, a large earthquake が, this earthquake is going to do something, and that thing is ある to exist, and put in the past tense. 地震がありました. There was a large earthquake in Colombia on the 10th.
マグニチュード7以上でした。
Okay, nice and simple. Magnitude. So magnitude, you can probably guess, that means magnitude. 7以上でした. So 7以上 means greater than a 7. So magnitude 7 or greater. And then でした is our was. So it was, going back to this large earthquake, 大きい地震がマグニチュード7以上でした. It was a magnitude 7 or greater.
コロンビアの大統領は12日に265人が亡くなったと言いました。
Okay, so コロンビアの大統領。So コロンビアの something of Colombia or from Colombia. 大統領 the president. So the president of Colombia は our main topic or framework here. 12日に So 12日, the 12th day on the 12th. This ni is that on that specific day. 265人, 265 people が are going to do something, and that verb is 亡くなる to pass away in the past tense. 亡くなった died. And then we have と is kind of like saying that there is a quote or a single idea that's kind of being put together here, and that goes from here to here, and this, you kind of just get the feel of this in Japanese as you go along. So this to, and then we have a verb for to say, 言いました you, to say something in the past tense. So と言いました very often come together since we say things that are quoted. So on the 12th, the Colombian president said that 265 people had passed away.
500人ぐらいがどこにいるかわかりません。
And we have 500人, once again 500, and our counter for people, 人, 500 people. ぐらい is around or about. が, once again marking our subject. So this around 500 people is going to be the subject of an action or something that they are. And then this is going to be どこにいる. So to break this down, どこ is where. どこに. We use ni often with the verb いる to point where something does this いる action, and いる is to exist as a living thing. So where they are or where they exist, right? And then we have what's called an embedded question here. This か makes all of this a question, right? And then we can use certain verbs with these embedded questions to basically make our statement. So for example, here we have わかる as our verb, わかる to understand. And then we have that in the negative, so not understand. So we do not know. And then our question is where these 500 or about 500 people are. And that's how embedded questions work.
3400人以上が怪我をしました。
Okay, 3400人. Once again, 3,400 people, counter for people. 以上 or more が are going to do something, and 怪我 is an injury. 怪我を marks 怪我, our injury as something that we're going to perform an action on, and that action is する to do. So in Japanese, when you say get injured, you say 怪我をする. And then we're putting that in the past tense, 怪我をしました. So people were injured. So more than 3,400 people were injured. 3,400人以上が怪我をしました。
地震が起こってから日本の時間の今夜で 3日になります。
Okay, then we have 地震が the earthquake が it's gonna do something. That verb is 起こって 起こる to happen or occur. Then we have our grammar point of the day. So you'll see we have a てから with a になります in the end. So this てから says since the earthquake happened 地震が起こってから. And then they have this little section here that's kind of specifying it more, describing it more. 日本の時間 so 日本 is Japan 日本の something of Japan 時間 is time so in Japan time and then の something of Japan time 今夜 tonight so and then we have で it's kind of like that's our state here so as of tonight in Japan time since the earthquake has happened 3日になります so here's our duration finally 3日 is 3 days once again it's a weird reading here but when you have 3 days read it 3日 and then that なります so the てから duration になります it has been this amount since that happened which is 地震が起こってから日本の時間の今夜で3日になります since the earthquake has happened it's been 3 days measured as of tonight in Japan time.
壊れた建物から人を助ける活動が続いています。
Okay, then we got 壊れた. So 壊れる is a verb for something to break or be destroyed. Putting this in the past tense, and then when we connect to a noun here, we're describing the noun. So 壊れた broken, and then we attach it to 建物. Which is a building, so broken or destroyed buildings. Kara we attach to nouns to say like from these buildings. Then hito is people. O we're gonna do an action to these people as our object, and that action is taskeru to help. So helping people or saving people from destroyed buildings. And all of that is describing katsudo, which is activities. So activities for helping people that are stuck in destroyed buildings. And these activities ga, they're going to do something as our subject. 続いています. So 続く is to continue. I want to say that is still going on. They are continuing. And when we want to do that with a verb, we use the て form followed by いる. Which here is ています because of the formality. So 続いています means it is continuing. Sorry. So activities for helping people that are stuck in destroyed buildings are continuing.
壊れたアパートで家族を探している女性は、家族が助かることを祈っていますと話していました。
Okay, then we have 壊れた again, but this time it's modifying アパート, an apartment building. So destroyed apartment building で at a destroyed apartment building. 家族 is family. Oh, there's going to be doing something to this family. And then that verb is going to be 探す, which is to look for. And we have it in the ている form since this is currently ongoing. So 壊れたアパートで家族を探している searching for family in a broken or destroyed apartment. And all of that is describing 女性, a woman. So a woman who is searching for her family in a destroyed apartment. Wa, it's our main topic here. And we have a quote followed by と話していました. So we already talked about と. We can say this even if we have quotes written. We'll use the と here as well. And then と話していました is she was saying this. So when they asked her, she was saying this. So we have that in the ている form, talking about a time when she was saying this, and then that time was in the past. So 話していました. She was saying, and then our quote is 家族が, so the family が is going to do something, and then 助かる. 助かる is to be saved, or like to be all right. And then 助かること. So 助かる is a verb. If we want to use another verb on a verb, we can't do that in Japanese unless we turn the verb into a noun most of the time. And this こと means just thing. So you turn this into a thing by saying it is a thing. So the thing of my family being saved or being okay. Or we're going to do something to that. And our verb is 祈る, to pray or to hope. And then that is also in the ています or ている form here because she is currently doing this. So I am currently praying and hoping that my family will be okay. 家族が助かることを祈っています. So all together, a woman who was searching for her family in a destroyed apartment said, I am praying and hoping, or hoping and praying, that sounds better in English, hoping and praying that my family will be okay. 家族が助かることを祈っています. So lots of natural disasters in the world, what times we live in, but yeah, good to keep our eyes on things and help out where we can. So prayers for Colombia. 今日もありがとうございました. Thank you so much for being here. If you have not yet, please like and subscribe. It would be much appreciated. And hopefully I will see you around for the streams and videos in the future. またね.